What's going on, everybody? It's Nick from the Gym Fitness app. I'm here with Miss Alana. She's taking the time out of her day to do a little interview and see what we've got going on and give us some feedback. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Good.
So give me a little background about yourself. Like, how much fitness experience do you have?
I run,
Okay.
and then the extent of my gym fitness is trying to figure out what the machines do.
Oh, okay.
Basically it.
What about, weren't you in the military?
I was.
Okay, so
We did a
don't
lot
you...
of running and group fitness.
Okay, so what kind of group fitness exercises were you doing there?
Just basic push-ups, sit-ups,
Okay,
circuit stuff.
interesting. So how much knowledge did you take from that? Can you transfer into the gym?
Probably quite a bit, but
Yeah.
it's been a few years, so.
Okay. So what are like some of the roadblocks you run into when you get into the gym?
Intimidation, for sure.
Okay. That's like what kind of intimidation?
Well, there's areas in the gym and like the free weights and stuff that I am just not interested in trying like by myself because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So
that makes a lot of sense. So what if you had somebody that could show you how to do those things?
I would like that.
Yeah? Would that work?
It would, but I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for that, so.
Well, what's an arm and a leg in your opinion?
Well, I don't really have an answer for that because
So what would be a reasonable price that you would pay for a trainer?
I don't know, maybe like $20 to $40 for like a couple of sessions just
Like
to
per
get
session?
me get me comfortable.
Interesting. Okay. So if you were to get somebody that knew a little bit more, would you pay a little bit more because you would get
Probably, yeah.
more knowledge out of it?
Yeah.
Well, do you mind if I show you what we've got going on?
Yeah, what's that?
So this is our fitness app. So pretty much what we're aiming to do here is make a healthier life more accessible for everyone.
Okay.
So we're trying to give you the tools so you can kind of steer away from that intimidation. So kind of break it down a little bit. So I'll kind of walk you through it and then I'll let you play with it and see what you like. Okay.
All right.
So you sign in here. The first thing that'll come up will be all the gyms in your area. So what's really cool about this is you can filter based on distance. Right now it's pretty basic, but we will be adding different functionalities to it, like filtering based off certain, like what kind of facilities they are and different ratings. But you can click on here and it'll bring up all of the information. So you'll be able to find contact information, when they're open, where they are. Most important thing would be like what kind of equipment they have. So like what kind of exercise do you normally do? Are you trying to get just fit, just live a healthier life, or like what's your goals with
Well,
fitness?
I'm trying to incorporate more strength because I've been so cardio focused for my
Okay.
whole life.
Okay.
So
So
whether
strength.
that's the machines that I'm trying to use now or learning free weights and doing more CrossFit style
Okay.
stuff.
Interesting. All right. So another really cool thing is like right here will be like a description that the gyms will be able to put. So they'll be able to like run specials or tell like what differentiates their gym from their competition in the area. So that way you can really like feel like you find the right gym to take you to that next level. So that's the gym aspect of things. Now we'll go to the trainers. So this is kind of what we were talking about. Right now, like I said, it's just a prototype, so it functions, but it's not like exactly how we're going to have it. But what's cool about this is you'll be able to click on the trainer. You'll be able to find out everything about that trainer. So every trainer on our database, they have to be certified.
Okay.
So if they're not certified, we're not going to allow them on there. The background check will be optional for them, but it's $30 charge, but I would recommend if you're finding a trainer, you make sure their background check.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're going to like come to your house or come to an office or something, you know. Now you also get all their contact information, how much they charge, you know, what kind of experience they have, and then the specialties will be huge for you because you'll be looking for somebody who has like strength training.
Okay.
Right? So you'll be able to like filter through them as well. And then we also left a little section right here that's like a bio about the trainer, because if you don't get along with a trainer, you're not really going to care what they have to say, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a trainer before?
Yeah, actually I have.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
And how was your experience with that?
It was just kind of average. I mean, I learned a little bit about the gym that I was at when I had that trainer, but we didn't really connect and there wasn't really much there for me other than showing me how to do a few things.
Interesting. So that's like what made it average, is that you didn't have a very good connection with that person?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. So what do you think could have taken it to the next level?
Maybe more of an interview process to have him understand a little bit better what I was looking for. check-ins and an accountability rather than just showing up and seeing him whenever we had an
Okay.
appointment.
So what gym did you use the trainer at?
It was, it's the one on 92nd and Wadsworth, but it was before. It was Bally's, that's what it was.
Oh,
It was
okay,
Bally's.
before it changed to 24? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like a flaw that we've run into in the industry is like when you go into a gym like that, it's like, hey, I would like a trainer, and they're just like, so what was the process of you getting a trainer? Because I know I know the process, but I want to know how your process was.
So I was just regularly going to the gym, and then they offered it as an option. I walked into an office. They asked me what time frames I was open to, and then they assigned me somebody.
Okay, so they didn't even ask you what you were trying to get out of it. They were just like,
yeah, they did, but it wasn't
okay.
like very in depth.
Okay, it was like, okay, you're just trying to learn about this. Like,
Yeah. And it
did
was
they
the
give
same
you an
thing.
option to pick, or were they just like, this is the guy that's available, so here?
I don't think I think it was just whoever fit the schedule that I was in.
Okay, which is a very impersonal experience, right?
Right.
Yeah, and you just kind of felt like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna get stuck with, what was his name?
Oh, I don't even remember.
I was gonna say Joe. Get stuck with Joe
Yeah.
over here. So, I mean, right here, what we're trying to do is just create a more personal experience for picking those trainers. So
Okay.
that way you can come back here on the main screen and you'll be able to use our filter criterias, and then you can really actually fill in what kind of stuff that you're looking for. So not only will you be able to do the specialty, fill in the strength training, but you'll be able to like filter based off like their hourly rate. So like you can pick a little block of like, okay, this is what I want to pay compared to like this is the highest amount that I would pay. Be able to come in and be like, okay, sometimes distance doesn't matter to people because quality sometimes you travel for, but also sometimes the trainers will travel to you. But if that is something that matters to you, there you go. The availability is a huge thing there. I know something that I struggle with in fitness is nutrition.
Me too.
So that would be something that you would probably look for as well.
So you have nutritionists then too,
Yep.
or is it just a part of?
It's certified nutritionists.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't legally you cannot make a nutrition program for anybody unless you are a certified nutritionist.
So you can find trainers who are also nutritionists then?
Some of them are
Okay.
dual pronged, but it's probably like a 30% rate of how many of them actually like are certified. Because some
Okay.
of them, the difference is some of them can recommend a nutrition plan.
Okay.
So they're not certified, but they have learned about it a lot, and they can say, "I recommend that you eat this," whereas a nutritionist is like, "You need to eat this," and so they say, you know, just you kind of see the difference
I do,
there.
yeah.
So now, what's really cool about like once you get through the training and stuff, you like wanted to check up on accountability, right?
Mhm.
So that's where the online training comes in. So you'll kind of get a trainer who will like check up on you and be like, "All right, well, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Like, what can I help you with?" You know, so online training is a pretty big aspect of it, we think. But right now it's pretty bare bones. So I'll let you kind of play with it a little bit and
Okay.
see what you think.
How do I know where they're willing to meet me, or how do we meet? Are they allowed to go to my gym, for instance?
So it just depends on the gym.
Okay.
So like sometimes, most like bigger gyms won't let a just random personal trainer come into their gym. So most of the time, these trainers will do like home exercises. They'll do stuff like, well, we'll bring you to their gym that they train at.
Okay.
So you'll be able to do
So
that.
that's based upon the distance?
Yeah,
piece?
exactly.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to go in and like, so when you're here, you'll just get some contact information.
Awesome.
So that way you guys can link up and just figure out, okay, what's the best spot for everybody involved.
Okay. So it's gyms and trainers on
Yep,
here then?
exactly.
Okay.
So it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty bare bones like
Yeah.
right now, like I was saying. So what do you like about it?
I like having the contact information right there, and
Okay.
then the ratings are huge.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the rating system, so you
Yeah,
picked that up by yourself,
so
cool, yeah.
being able to see that other people are liking a certain person
Mhm.
would be really beneficial.
It'll kind of be like a Yelp. So they'll be
Okay.
out of a star system, and then they'll be able to like leave a little comment. Like, this was my experience, this guy did this, this, and this for me. So that's huge. Do you like see any filters that you think we should add on there?
Well, like I was saying, maybe something in their description that you can sort by so that you know that they can come to my gym, or that they will come in home,
Okay.
or how they'll provide their services.
Okay.
I think that's the part I would be kind of intimidated about, is reaching out to somebody and then trying to coordinate and figure out where I'm going.
Okay, so we need to figure out how to make it a little bit more comfortable for you.
Maybe.
Okay, interesting. So now, what do you not like about it? What do you think could be improved?
Man, I'd have to think about that.
Like, what do you think would improve your user experience on here? What do you think would, like, keep you coming on the app? Like, even after you found a trainer and found a gym, what do you think we could add in the future to, like, really keep you coming back?
Maybe kind of a community-based element,
Okay.
and the ability to talk to other people and other people who have tried different trainers or gyms,
Okay.
and kind of open up the conversation about what people are experiencing and who they've really liked.
Okay.
And
It's almost like a forum.
yeah.
Just for people to talk. Would you, like, do you think you would benefit if we had, like, a newsletter where you, like a news feed almost, where you can find a whole bunch of, like, fitness articles?
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. Education is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything that you can provide in the app would be awesome.
Okay.
I didn't
And
think
what
about
do you
that.
think about, like, if we started doing, like, some competitions, like, just to really keep people really interested? What kind of competitions would you be most interested in?
Well, probably just frequency competition. So,
Okay.
you know, like for me, it's always really kind of hard to stay motivated to go one day to the next, because, you know, I want to be consistent, but then I don't really necessarily know what I'm doing, and I'm still learning.
Okay.
So having like a competition to where, you know, if you've gone, you know, 25 times in 1 month or something
Okay.
like that. Or...
Man, that's a lot of times in 1 month. It's almost as many times as that go.
Oh, really? I probably couldn't sustain that kind of workout level, but just something along the lines of frequency.
Okay. And what about, like, weight loss challenge?
Yeah.
Or like...
Or
like
improvement.
yeah, exactly. Or like a fastest mile challenge.
Okay, I could do that one.
You think, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you think, like, what other challenges, like, come to mind right off the bat? Like, what kind of stuff did they do in the military that were, like, that kept you going?
Let's see. Well, so we had our regularly scheduled training and tests for the training. So we had the 1.5 mile run, sit-ups, push-ups, and flexibility.
Okay.
So we would all kind of compete with each other on push-ups and sit-ups, and then, you know, obviously our race.
Bring up a great point there. So, like, we can do tests and competitions of people, like, video yourself, how many push-ups can you do?
Yeah.
Or, you know,
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd enjoy that.
We would keep that, and that would, does anything, like, right off the bat come into play off of, like, so this is where you, like, create your profile, but does anything, like, right off the bat come into mind that you really think could just take this thing to the next level?
Well, I think the ability to connect to other things. I love how it's really simple, because you know exactly what you're looking at, and it's easy to figure out where you're at in here and what you're looking at.
Okay.
But accessibility to education, and accessibility to your community and people who are doing things and challenges and stuff.
So you think it would be best if we put a community on here, or did, like, a social media community where people could talk about that stuff over, like, a Facebook forum, or like...
Yeah, I think a social media community would be good, and just having the attachment through here instead of based on the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, what kind of other feedback do you have for us?
Well, looking at my area here on the map, I know you said it's still ramping up, but what do you intend on having a lot more gyms on here and
Yeah.
a lot. Okay,
Yeah. So we plan on having every gym in the nation on there.
awesome.
It's like not just like big gyms, but like the mom and pop gyms that are just like stuck in a shopping mall and you don't know where they are. You know, they don't have very much exposure. And those. So what kind of gyms do you normally look for? Do you like going to the bigger gyms or do you like going to like more secluded?
I like, it could be big or small. It's just that comfort level. I'm obviously a wimp when it comes to going to the gym because I'm like, I want to be comfortable. But
So what makes a gym comfortable?
the
is the question.
people,
Interesting.
the people. So when I went into my gym that I'm currently in, they're always really happy to see you. They try their best to know you by name.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, just that friendliness level.
So a level of customer service.
Yeah.
It's like feeling appreciated. Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be interesting too, because one of the things I struggle with is when I travel, not knowing where to go or how to access a gym or, you know, like connections with the gym I'm already involved with now, or what's the best way to go about maintaining fitness while out of town. So
Exactly. So that's another big feature of what we're doing. So we're going to have a nationwide network of gyms.
Awesome.
So like, say you do travel and you're like, oh man, I have been way too busy with work. I don't even know where to go. It's like, oh, click. Awesome. There's a gym that has the strength training stuff that I need.
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. But other than that,
Yeah. I
any
think it's-
closing statements, if you will?
I think you've got a great idea going,
Yeah.
and I look forward to seeing what all you get added in here. I'm excited to see how many gyms actually pop up around my area
Okay.
when you get it going. So
Yeah. So the real question is, would you use it?
I would actually. At first, I didn't think I would because I'm just a cardio person and kind of intimidated by gyms. But this seems like it would make it a little bit more of a easy to approach.
Okay. So you think this could help you break through that intimidation factor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
I very much appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.